Well, now we're playing Jeopardy for the Wii. So far on the summer games, over $43,000 on the Price is Right. Over $23,200 on the Price is Right. I won over a total of $66,000 so far. And let's keep up the winning spirit of the Summer of Games. And this is the last game of the day, but we'll be back tomorrow. And we're going to do the NES. I'm going to start off with Super Mario! Super Mario! Let's play Jeopardy! Actually, no, we're not. We're going to go to the DOS games tomorrow. Maybe get my revenge on the boss, man.
Welcome to Jeopardy, everyone.
I did not know that.
This is Jeopardy! Introducing today's contestants. Player 1, Player 2, Player 3, and now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Let's go into the Jeopardy round. And we start the Jeopardy round categories with this one. Unofficial state nicknames, literary pets, American history, intravenous, it's all good, and from screen to stage. Player 1, start it. Seward's Icebox. Let's hear it, Player 1. Use the Wii remote or press the corresponding direction on the plus. That is correct. Player 1, you pick again. The Switzerland of America and the highest state. Yes, Player 3. Sorry. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this?
I'm going to go for it.
It's Player 1. That's correct.
Yeah, wild guess or what?
Select again. The birthplace of 8 presidents. Okay, Player 1. Yeah! Good.
Doubled my money.
Player 1, pick again. Kelly will present this clue.
Though it's called the Star-Spangled Banner State, this is its flag.
The correct response is Maryland.
Oh.
Choose again, Player 1. The coal state and the birth state of the nation.
That shit up my head.
Here's what we wanted. Pennsylvania. Player 1, back to you. The title beast of his The Hound of the Baskervilles is actually the pet of Mr. Jack Stapleton. Let's hear it, Player 3. That's right, way to go.
Good job.
You again, Player 3. Harry Potter uses his snowy owl named This to transfer messages. It's Player 1. Correct.
I know my Harry Potter.
Please pick again, Player 1.
Literary pets for 600.
Marjorie Kinnan Rawlings' The Yearling centers on this type of pet. Here's the correct response. A deer. Player 1, back to you for our next. Little Swan, Little Bear, and Greenfinch are some of the goats of this Johanna Spiri lass. Here's the correct response. Heidi. You get to pick again, Player 1.
Oh.
Answer? The Daily Double.
$2.
And you're in the lead now. Who's ever your wager? Okay, here is the clue. A poetic Eliot feline who has lived many lives in succession is named for this fifth book of the Old Testament.
I'm going to go with the Genesis.
However, you keep your lead. We're talking about Deuteronomy.
Hey, that's okay.
Player 1, pick again. After General Cornwallis surrendered at Yorktown, this American traitor accompanied him back to England. Here's the response we were looking for. Benedict Arnold. Please pick again, Player 1. In 1898, Americans were urged to remember the battleship named for this state. It sank in Havana Harbor.
These are hard.
Here's the correct response. Maine.
Maine. Oh, okay.
You again, Player 1. This January 1st, 1863 document liberated all slaves in regions still under Confederate control. Okay, Player 3. Nope. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response?
This is a hard one.
Yes, Player 2.
It's not the Gary. It's not.
Anyone else?
I'm going for it.
Player 1? That's correct. Select again. The New Deal refers to the economic recovery and social reforms implemented by this U.S. president. Okay, Player 2. That's not me. Any other takers? Here's what we were looking for. Franklin Roosevelt.
Franklin Roosevelt. Okay.
Player 1, back to you for our next selection. In 1609, this captain was injured in a gunpowder explosion and lost his leadership role in Jamestown.
I like losing my first bout in receiving every day.
Let's hear it, Player 3. Right, on the plus side again. Choose again, Player 3. Venus's surface is hard to view from Earth because it's completely covered by these. The correct response is clouds. You get to pick again, player 3. One of these on Venus lasts about 244 Earth ones. Here's what we wanted. A day. Player 3, back to you. Like Mercury, Venus has this many moons.
Oh, boy. That's a tough one.
It's player 3.
Get it wrong.
Player 3, you pick again, please. We're not sure if it was ancient or not, but the first U.S. flyby of Venus was by one of these space probes in 1962. Yes, player 3. Yes. We return to you, player 3. Galileo's finding that Venus goes through these, like the moon, was the first direct evidence for Copernican ideas.
Oh, finally.
Here's the response we were looking for. Phases. Select again.
It's all good.
Also known as a cathode, it's the car battery terminal with a plus sign. Player 1.
Let's go for it. Go for it.
Yes.
Oh!
Player 1, you pick again. It can mean far better than average, or not yet settled, like an unpaid debt. Yes, player 2. No, that's not right. Anyone else? We're talking about outstanding. Player 1, back to you. The bird Ardea herodias isn't just any blue heron, it's this blue heron. Here's the correct response. Great. Player 1, pick again. As an adjective, it means very impressive. As a noun, it's a lavish production. Here's what we wanted. Spectacular. You again, player 1. Marvin Hagler was Marvelous Marvin. Tom Seaver was nicknamed Tom This. Let's hear it, player 1. You got it. Player 1, back to you for X marks the spot where the musical, inspired by this Olivia Newton-John film about a roller disco, rolled onto Broadway. It's player 1. Hey, you're right. Please pick again, player 1. The musical Here's Love was based on this 1947 film in which the real Kris Kringle is hired to work at Macy's. Player 1? Right you are. We return to you, player 1. A handful of actors play more than 100 roles in The 39 Steps, based on this director's 1935 suspense classic.
That's what I don't know. I did not know.
The correct response is Alfred Hitchcock.
Darn.
You get to pick again, player 1. A Wonderful Life is a charming musical adaptation of this director's classic film, It's a Wonderful Life. Here's what we were looking for. Frank Capra. And now the $1,000 clue. In the musical Legally Blonde, blonde ambition takes Elle Woods all the way to this university's law school. Okay, player 3. Right. Player 2 is in third place, which means, of course, player 2 will select first in Double Jeopardy. We start the Double Jeopardy categories with this one. Medicine. The scintillating 1700s. Sports Joes. A Herculean effort. The short form. And get positive. Let's get back into this now. You have control of the board. The book Whale Done applies the positive techniques used at this marine park to business and family life. Player 1. Right. Choose again, player 1. Thriving through stress, like him conducting Ode to Joy while ill, is the idea in a book called The Him Factor. Yes, player 3.
Oh, him again.
Good. You get to pick again, player 3. Answer. The first of the daily doubles. You're in second place, so what is your wager going to be? Please select the clue. His power of positive thinking begins, believe in yourself. Have faith in your abilities. You are now in first place. Player 3, back to you for our next selection. A cold that lasts longer than a week may indicate inflammation of these air spaces in the skull. Let's hear it, player 1. That is correct.
Now I'm in the lead.
Player 1, pick again. An illustrated book pairs Alexander Calder's artwork with the lyrics to his song, Don't Worry, Be Happy. It's player 1. Good. Select again.
The last clue for 2
Oprah
rounds.
has unlocked The This, a book by Rhonda Byrne about using positive visualization.
We're having a horse race in this game.
Okay, player 3.
Poor baby! Oh, I'm so
Anyone else care
sorry.
to try to come up with a correct response? We're talking about secret. We return to you, player 1. Here's Kelly to start us off.
Red blood cells are distorted into a particular shape and don't carry oxygen well in patients with this type of anemia.
Here's the correct response. Sickle cell. Choose again, player 1. Suspect Rocky Mountain spotted fever even in patients from the Carolinas, as it's an area with lots of these critters. Let's hear it, player 3. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's
He's
the
going
response
down
we were
on
looking
Final
for.
Jeopardy.
Ticks. Player 1, you pick again, please. A stent is a tube often used to hold these open, especially the coronary ones. Here's the correct response. Arteries. Player 1, back to you. The air puff test, a measure of eye pressure, is used to diagnose this condition. It's player 3. Sorry.
Oh, he's back at
Anyone else care to try to come up with the correct response?
Okay.
Here's what we wanted. Glaucoma. You again, player 1. The future King George II lost his marbles over Henrietta Howard and gave her Marble Hill House on this river. Player 2. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else? Here's the correct response. The Thames.
The Thames. Okay.
Please pick again, player 1. A famous one of these, Marie Camargo, is remembered for shortening her skirts to calf length. Okay, player 3. That's it. Good. Back on the plus side. Select again.
Only $0.
In 1752, suave seducer Sergei Saltykov spiced up the life of this future empress. Yes, player 2. Good for you. Player 2, back to you for our next selection. Born into a family of actors, he was expelled from a seminary, big surprise, before finding fame as a lusty libertine. Let's hear it, player 3.
Has to be William Shakespeare.
Correct. Choose again, player 3. Let's go to the Clue Crew for this next clue.
An engraving of this 18th century French monarch, America's most powerful ally during the Revolution, hangs at Mount Vernon.
Here's what we were looking for. Louis XVI. You get to pick again, player 3. Bench presses build up the pecs, short for these. It's player 2. Yep. Player 2. You pick again, please. The Random House Historical Dictionary of American Slang has an 1896 citation of diff, D-I-F-F, as short for this. We're talking about difference. Player 2, back to you. Rad, meaning excellent, was truncated from this. Yes, player 1. Good.
Oh!
You again, player 1.
Short form for 600.
The Cosmo Girl doesn't just look good, she can have a convo, short for this.
Conversation.
Player 1. You got it.
$9,000, baby.
We return to you, player 1. One of the perks of my job is knowing that perk, meaning a benefit, is short for this. Here's the response we were looking for. Perquisite. Please pick again, player 1. In a nice 2-year run, he married Marilyn in 1954 and was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 55.
Joe DiMaggio.
Okay, player 1. That's right, way to go. Player 1. Pick again. Richard Nixon's enemies list included Jane Fonda and this New York Jets quarterback.
Joe Montana.
Yes, player 1. Oh, sorry. Any other takers?
Joe Namath.
Here's the correct response. Joe Namath.
Yeah. Okay.
You again,
Right.
player 1.
Still in the big
In
league.
1973, George Foreman grilled this smoking guy, knocking him down 6 times in 2 rounds. It's player 1. That's it.
We recovered.
Player 1. You pick again. In 1908, troubled by blisters, this outfielder played in his stocking feet.
I don't know any Joes from 1908.
Player 2. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Okay, player 3. Hey, you're right. You get to pick again, player 3. In 1950, he became an assistant coach for Penn State football. In 66, he took over as head coach.
No.
Let's hear it, player 3. Right. Choose again, player 3. This wife of Zeus sent 2 serpents to kill Hercules as a baby. He strangled them. Player 3?
Oh,
No. Any other takers? The correct response is Hera.
Good.
We return to you, player 3. Let's go over to Kelly.
As one of his labors, Hercules had to dog-nap this 3-headed beast from Hades.
Here's what we were looking for. Cerberus. Player 3, back to you for our next selection. And sir, the second daily double. You're in second now, but with an opportunity to catch up a bit. Give us a wager, player 3. All right, here's your clue. Hercules joined this husband of Medea for a journey aboard the Argo. That is correct. Select again. Hercules literally took the weight of the world off his shoulders when he needed help with some golden apples. Here's what we wanted. Atlas. And the last clue for $2,000. Hercules had to wrestle with one of these creatures that fathered the Minotaur.
I'm holding on to it. I'm going to bet $50.
The correct response is a bull. Only 2 of you will be going on to Final
Going
Jeopardy.
to Final Jeopardy.
Sorry, player 2. We've got the Final Jeopardy round here for you, and today it features this category. American authors. Please enter your wager. Each direction on the plus control pad represents a different response. Press a direction to select an answer. Let's take a look at that Final Jeopardy clue right now. Injured on the Austro-Italian front on July 8, 1918, he also crossed the English Channel with U.S. forces on D-Day. Did you come up with the correct response? And that correct response will add... say? Sorry, that incorrect response will drop your score, Tommy. Congratulations, player 3. You're the winner. So long.
Good night from all of us on Jeopardy for the Summer Games, where I took a nice second place of $9,800, $9,750. Well, you know, see you next time.